As the Oscar-nominated film The Kids Are Alright wins reputation with its inclusive lesbian angle, the LGBT issue again raises huge debates around the crowd. So people want to know, is the LGBT issue becoming more and more mainstream?
It has come into the mainstream, and it is much more, well, it's acceptable alternative lifestyle or form of sexuality.
Actually, the same-sex topic-oriented news story is never lack of resources in the past 20 years. Just in the late 1990s, people would lose their jobs only because they are homosexual. On the contrary, today, gay church marriage can be possible in Great Britain.
I think as far as being able to project an image that that being gay is a positive thing, that civil partnerships when they came about were great for my community. But I represent the older community, and because it was something that we never ever believed that we would ever be able to do, that there would be a law that would come around that would say that we could get civilly partnered. People my age, because I'm 50 and above, it still doesn't really affect us as a law. We still can't get it into our heads that this will be something that we could do. And we also feel that perhaps we maybe are too old to want to go through and get legislations that are being put into place. I mean, in this country, being homosexual was only taken off of the mental health register in 1994. So up until that point, if you went seeking support or help from, say, a medical professional, if you were having mental health problems because of your sexuality, then it would have been their job to turn you back to being straight, is what they believed that they could do. So, you know, that being taken off the mental health register has brought about a big change, although, you know, our kind of culture is only just still becoming emergent. People are only just starting, and especially heterosexual people are just starting to get to grips with what we are all about. You know, what we would refer to as heteronormative people, they could only ever see us as a sexual entity. It has always been the kind of sex that we had that was the problem. They've never looked at the whole way of being and the whole culture and the whole, you know, difference. And these differences are subtle between our community and theirs. I mean, introductions in you know, the age of consent has made it easier for youngsters to come out and not to be made to feel like perverts, really.
At the same time, people on human rights think it is lots of problems needed to be solved, as gay people or citizens should enjoy a status of civil partnerships.
I'm of the opinion that a person cannot choose their sexuality. Some people would say it is a matter of choice and they can be conditioned to be straight, but I don't think a person can choose their sexuality by nature. They're either straight or they're not. Whereas I am an atheist, I don't believe in God, and I do believe that religion is very much a matter of choice. And so I wouldn't necessarily talk about religious rights in the same way as gay rights, although obviously I do appreciate that I might contradict myself in reference to what I just said before, but I do agree that gay rights are very much universal human rights, that if we give rights to certain people in other areas, then yeah, gay rights is much a matter of equality for straight people as it is for gay people.
However, there is some religious groups maintaining a rather conservative attitude on gay issue. Paul Marston, who is an author of an essay dealing with gay relationship and New Testament, shares his viewpoint on this issue.
The Free Methodist Church, of which I'm a part, is that sex outside of a faithful, heterosexual, monogamous marriage is inherently wrong. That's not necessarily a popular view nowadays, and that doesn't mean that we want it to be illegal. That's a different question. I believe that idolatry is inherently wrong, but I don't want it to be legal. I believe that promiscuity is inherently wrong, but I don't want it to be legal. I believe that any gay sex is inherently wrong, but I don't want that to be illegal.
Fu Hao from Preston, UK.